Most people think carbs, aging, genetics are responsible for destroying their metabolism. But science has shown that there is one hidden habit wrecking your almost all of us are guilty of it, especially if you exercise. That's correct. Even if you exercise, you are guilty of it. We refer to eating muscle building foods like protein and whole proteins that contain all the amino acids, especially leucine. For protein can take up 15% to or make up 15% to 30% of your energy expenditure. It's more expensive to burn protein. There is a lot in the news on YouTube, videos everywhere, insulin spikes, insulin insensitivity, glucose overload in your body that is talked about. And here are some of the reasons why this is important when we speak about metabolism. Your body or your brain's favorite source of energy is, you guessed it right, glucose. And the duration of the movement is important. Intensity of the movement, that's why exercise is what triggers typically the GLUT4. So the lipoprotein lipase will help energy expenditure when you're not doing exercise. And the way to trigger it is take micro breaks. Some people will ask or assume that, oh, I exercise a lot, and so this will probably not be a problem for me. Shocking. Whether you exercise or not, sitting down will kill your metabolism even on the day you exercise. And here is why. Most people think carbs, aging, genetics are responsible for destroying their metabolism. But science has shown that there is one hidden habit wrecking your metabolism and your calorie burn every single day. Almost all of us are guilty of it, especially if you exercise. That's correct. Even if you exercise, you are guilty of it. And most times we are not even aware. It switches off your fat burning enzymes and it can undo all the good work of exercise you have done earlier in the day. In this video, I will reveal to you what the habit is. I will go into detail what metabolism really looks like and exactly how you can fix it starting from today without any equipment, right from your home, without any stress. It is pretty easy if you are armed with the right information. My name is Dr. Clara Obano. I'm a family physician trained in England. Work with me. This is the shocking discovery. The number one habit that mortgages, sabotages your metabolism is sitting down. Can you do without sitting down? We can't. And so we all sit to rest your body from the weight of your body weight from your legs. However, it's the killer habit for it's a killer habit that shuts down your metabolism, sedentary behavior. What happens when we sit down is, if you imagine that there are two very common enzymes that deal or help energy expenditure. LPL, full name is lipoprotein lipase, and GLT4. Now, I want you to remember that there are two enzymes that deal or help in the conversion. One is LPL, lipoprotein lipase, and the second is GLT4. LPL normally breaks down triglycerides into free fatty acids, glycerol. Now, the free fatty acid will go back into the energy cycle of the body called the Krebs cycle and will then be used to create energy. So the more fatty acids you burn, the more LPL is released, the more likely you will burn fatty acids. When LPL's activity happens in the muscles and in fatty cells. In fatty cells, LPL will tell the body to store it. In the muscle, LPL tells the body to break down triglycerides, which is what you want. You want the body to use up your fatty acids to create energy. That helps you burn calories and not save up fats that can now raise your weight. What did you think this number one killer habit would have been? Were you thinking drinking, smoking, eating too much? Well, it's as simple as what you heard, sitting down. And that's why we're all related in one way or the other. We all sit. Okay, now we're going to go to the next part of this video, which is we're going to connect the dots together to make your understanding full and for you to start to see things that you can do in your everyday as well to break this killer habit. Okay, let's keep it simple. This is a science you need to be aware of when we talk about metabolism in the body. Metabolism refers to, simple way of remembering it is your body's engine and how your body is expending energy every day. There's something called your total body energy expenditure. That's how much energy your body expends in a day, and it changes depending on what your day really looks like. There are four important things you need to remember. About your total daily energy expenditure. Number one is what's called the resting metabolic rate. It's what you can call your energy expenditure just to survive. So it makes up about 60 to 70% of what your total daily energy expenditure will be. energy your body extends or expends, breathing, like circulating blood all around your body, thinking. That's what makes up the resting metabolic rate. The other second thing you need to remember is the non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Big word. How your body expends energy when you are not exercising. And it's made or triggered. Its simple acronym is EAT, NIT. NIT is triggered by the little movement we make. Go get a cup of tea, go grab paper of the printer. Those activities will trigger NIT, and NIT contributes 15 to 30% of your total body energy expenditure. Now, the third thing, exercise, which is intentional movements that cause muscle contractions, and it makes up 10 to 20% of your total body energy expenditure. TEF is number 4, and TEF means thermic effect of food. It's how your body spends energy breaking down what you have eaten. It contributes or makes up about 10% of your total daily energy expenditure, roughly. So that is what your metabolism and energy expenditure every day typically would be made up of. So if you think about it this way, your metabolism is your engine. But the way your engine works, just like in your car, will be decided by the fueling, the maintenance, different aspects of that of combustion of energy and functioning of all the parts of your car will determine whether it will work or run at full speed, or whether your metabolism will just idle away on a low gear. Now, let's look into the next aspect, which is how your body uses fuel. This will help you understand a bit more what your body is doing in the background. Tell me, how many hours do you spend sitting every day? Whilst I was recording this video, I've gotten up a few times to make sure I do not stall my metabolism. There is a lot in the news on YouTube, videos everywhere, insulin spikes, insulin insensitivity, glucose overload in your body that is talked about. And here are some of the reasons why this is important when we speak about metabolism. Your body or your brain's favorite source of energy is, you guessed it right, glucose. That's your brain's favorite source of energy. What this means is that your brain will go first to using up glucose, even the whole body does the same, before it starts to use up other alternate sources like free fatty acids. If you're having fatty ketone foods, that will be the next source of energy your body will go to. The last thing your body ever goes to is protein. Your body reserves that for emergency states. So usually our human body will rely on insulin, if nothing else is done, to cause breakdown of glucose. The only other thing that can mop up insulin from the body, mop up glucose from the body, is muscle contraction. And muscle contraction does this through an enzyme called GUL4. What it does is when your muscles contract, it releases GUL4 enzymes into the blood and also lipoprotein lipase, then causes sugar to get sunk into the muscles for energy. So that's the only other channel that the body has to mop up glucose from itself without relying on insulin. And that's why exercise is really important. As we get more and more insulin spikes, why that topic makes it so much into news and headlines is that the body becomes less sensitive, like you will expect. If something is around so much, it then starts to become less effective, similar to what's called the law of diminishing returns. It happens in the body too. Next. Some people will ask or assume that, I exercise a lot, and so this will probably not be a problem for me. Shocking. Whether you exercise or not, sitting down will kill your metabolism even on the day you exercise. And here is why. When you train, and you train say 2 to 4 hours a day, whilst you're training, your muscles are sinking glucose, which is good because your muscles are using up glucose without activating insulin, which is what we want. After exercising, there's something called exercise energy post-exercise consumption, which refers to how much oxygen or an afterburn effect, or what we call it. But afterburn effect will fade. It does not last 24 hours. It can, but it doesn't. When you sit down for longer than 30 minutes, you quieten your quads, your hamstrings, your soleus and gastrocnemius muscles, which are the muscles in the legs, and they're the biggest group of muscles. They shut down the lipoprotein lipase enzymes, when they are seated for longer than 30 minutes. What that means is there is nothing to trigger the brain to say burn fatty acids. The GLT4, which is protein that helps to pull, which is an enzyme that helps to pull glucose out of the blood to the muscle, is triggered typically by exercise. So after you exercise and you sit for a long time, you will alter the enzyme levels and their activity in your body. How do you fix this? Sitting for longer than 30 minutes will slow down lipoprotein lipase. The reason why you hear me mentioning lipoprotein lipase so often, not the GLT4, is that for GLT4 to be activated or brought back into the scene, the intensity of movement and the duration of the movement is important. Intensity of the movement, that's why exercise is what triggers typically the GLUT4 in significant proportion. But when you're not exercising, lipoprotein lipase takes over the show. Imagine like sun and the moon, they're both providing light at different times of the day and they both govern different times of the day. So the lipoprotein lipase will help energy expenditure when you're not doing exercise. And the way to trigger it is take micro breaks, 2 to 3 minutes after 30 minutes of sitting down. So you have to be intentional. So everything we've talked about in this video relates to one another. Now, I'm going to take you back. Remember when I talked about or mentioned the non-exercise activity thermogenesis and mentioned it uses up about or makes up about 15% to 30% of our daily expenditure. When you actively trigger NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, when you actively trigger it, like you can trigger it by taking the stairs, by pacing when you're on the phone, or by standing up to make a cup of tea, 12 p.m., 4 p.m., or having a drink of water. That way, you allow your body use up more energy, and what you're triggering is the NEAT pathway. The other pathway we mentioned was resting metabolic rate, and that contributes again 60% to 70% of your daily expenditure. So it's really important, and it uses up a lot of energy. You can actually increase the rate at which your body uses up energy during the resting metabolic rate. And you do this by training your muscles and building muscles. Training muscles will refer to bulking exercises against resistance, and building your muscles will refer to eating muscle building foods like protein and proteins that contain all the amino acids, especially leucine. Protein also has a higher thermic effect of food, the TEF that we said usually will take up or make up about 10% of your energy expenditure daily. For protein can take up 15% or make up 15% to 30% of your energy expenditure. It's more expensive to burn protein than any other class of food. That's probably why the body reserves protein last. The body will typically use up glucose first, fatty acids. Protein is only used up as the last source of energy. The other fixes you will need to work on will be sleep management, stress management, and your hydration. If you want to know how these things contribute to your metabolism, go watch my video on 22 biggest mistakes you will start sabotaging your weight loss. So, are you sitting down? Please stand up, take a walk, go get yourself a cup of tea, a drink. Trigger your NEAT pathway as frequently as you can. Remember the 30-minute rule. Now, you've got the fixes of how to reactivate your enzymes with micro movement, strength, protein, and your metabolism is not broken. Your body has memory. Whatever you do, your body makes an imprint of it. Your body has memory. So if you want your body to start to do different, we need to start creating a different memory pathway for your body to chart, and it would follow you. The human body is really intuitive. I hope this has been worth watching. It's really blessed me to do this video today. Subscribe, like, comment. I would like to know what it is that has been sabotaging your own metabolism. Thank you.